Okay, we're going to try this on the new computer, and I'm praying that it doesn't stall or give me any issues. Just make sure the volume is up all the way. Everyone should be able to hear me okay. Trying to get myself comfortable. Other computer screen is not in the way. Great. Okay. Turn my volume off on my phone in case my mama call me. My daddy call me. And even when you tell them you busy, you can't talk right now, they still be trying to talk. Did you not just hear what I said? I have got to start back drinking my mucus detox so I can stop doing it, clearing my throat. Okay. Again, welcome back, everyone, to King's Legacy Group. Today, we're going to be talking about business credit. And I hope that you were able to have a look at the presentation for the personal credit that I posted yesterday. I'm not going to lie. This whole thing, everything is a learning process. So I'm taking everything in stride. I was supposed to post the personal credit presentation last Wednesday. Let's just say I was having a lot of problems. Then by the weekend, I finally figured out how to, after Sunday live, I finally figured out how to create a video version, convert the PowerPoint presentation to a video version so that I could upload it on YouTube, because YouTube would not let me upload the PowerPoint like it used to in the past. So anyway, I had to go through that, and because the file was so big, it's like 70 slides for the personal credit. So yes, you pretty much got a master class for the personal credit. But I'm not going to do that much again. Not in that form. So once I finally figured out how to make it into the video, I had to split the slides and break it up into different parts for the presentation. Then I had to convert it to the video. And that took time. So I would set it up, walk away, and let it process, which took, well, let me just say, the first time I tried this, when I tried to do the whole file, convert the whole PowerPoint to a video, unsuccessfully, it took, my computer stayed on constantly for 2.5 days, and it still did not finish uploading to convert to a video. So I was like, oh my goodness. So that's when I had to decide to break the slides up into parts, and then save and convert those parts individually so that I could then upload to YouTube. So it's a total of 6 parts for the personal credit presentation. And again, I hope you had time to go look at it. It's a lot of good information. Again, I gave you a lot more than most would. So once I finally was able to upload to YouTube, then I had to do it one by one, and that took 20 to 30 minutes each time. So the first time I didn't go to sleep until like 2 in the morning. And this time to upload to YouTube, once I finally converted everything, I didn't go to sleep until 3 in the morning. So I didn't work yesterday because I was just exhausted. So anyway, yeah. So now we're on the business credit presentation. And the number of slides in this one is actually 34. And I still left out some information. Again, I'm not going to do the full extent of giving y'all a master class in a PowerPoint presentation in one time. We're going to have to leave that for the master class content. But still, what I provided is some good information. So let's get started because I don't want to be on here too long because I really want to go to sleep. I'm going to make a phone call when I get through with this because I posted that call to a friend 2 days ago, but I've just been exhausted. So yes, I'm going to get started. So again, thank you all for returning. If you are new to this channel, we appreciate you being here. So this is about business credit, how to grow your legacy the right way. Why are you creeping in here? You don't have to be in here on Wednesdays.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
Okay, let me go and finish doing what I'm doing. So again, welcome to King's Legacy Group. Our motto is a road better planned is easier traveled. And this is about building your business credit with a plan in place, which puts you on the right path for success. Now, the next thing I have to focus on is I don't think I could share my screen on YouTube unless I'm going through Zoom. I don't know yet. I'm gonna figure that out between tonight and tomorrow so that I'll be ready for Sunday's live. But either way, once I figure it out, then I'll be sharing information. But once I get through with this live video, I'm going to post this PowerPoint that covered everything I'm just talking about now. So as always, our short disclaimer. The information we share is based on our own opinions, experiences, practices, and insight into the strategies suitable to our financial wellness for our family. King's Legacy Group. We are not financial advisors, and our videos are for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only. You must do your own due diligence and seek professional advice when you feel the need to confirm or expand your understanding of the knowledge on any topics covered on this platform. Always remember to make smart decisions that suit your own needs and do your own research and analysis. Thank you. If you are new to this channel, I will explain who is King's Legacy Group. King's Legacy Group is a financial literacy platform that is bridging the gap between the youth, ages 12 to 17, and the mature adult to achieve generational wealth, providing the tools and resources to understanding financial literacy, life skills training, life skills training, personal and business finance, and the strategies to achieve generational wealth. Both that will help us make good money decisions that will empower us for life. King's Legacy Group is helping you understand that when you learn, you can grow, and then you can earn the wealth you deserve. The power of business credit. When you establish business credit, you have elevated yourself and gone into a different realm than what you experience in your personal credit. You're able to establish a foundation of success. You'll be able to purchase property and vehicles in your business name. You get access to capital. It allows you to save and protect your personal assets and money. You're eligible for commercial financing. You get approved more for lines of credit. You have larger tax write-offs, and you keep your personal credit intact and separated from the business. As I mentioned in the personal credit, it's the same thing that applies to business credit when it comes to you need to build multiple streams of income. Those of you that did not view it on the personal credit presentation, I'll quickly go over it now. To improve your circumstances and generate additional income to elevate your personal and business credit objectives. The discipline you have in one should be the same in the other, meaning the one being personal and the other being the business. So with your earned income, which is income from working a job, this screen just went out. Are you freaking kidding me?
What screen?
I am going to, the computer keep going out.
What are they doing now?
It's plugged up.
Is it overcharging? It might be messed up with the overcharging.
That shouldn't be an issue why it's going in and out. Nobody got time for this mess today. Okay, I unplugged it. It's completely charged. Lord have mercy. Earned income, income from working a job. Profit income, which is income from buying and selling. Residual or passive income, which is income you continue to earn after the work is done. Interest income, income from lending money. Dividend income, income from owning stocks. Rental income is income from renting a house, or if you own a commercial business, leasing that business out as well. Capital gains, assets increasing in value. And royalty income, income from others using your idea. So regardless of what you're doing as far as building your wealth personally or business-wise, you need to generate multiple streams of income. If you are lucky to have one stream of income from a job or career, and you're really able to maintain your objectives and goals personally and business-wise, then awesome. You are 2% of the people who are able to say that. So use it to your advantage. Regardless of whether it is personal or business, we need to continue with financial literacy tools. We got to use the tools that we learn throughout this platform of teaching financial literacy. You need to live below your means, but that does not mean that you have to live broke. It means control your money. You need to save religiously and budget like it's life or death. These habits help you master your personal and your business credit. You need to keep good records and file them on a regular basis. Keeping good records is step one. Taking the time to file them and put them in their proper place is step two. It doesn't make any sense to keep good records and then you're not filing them accordingly, or you accumulate stacks of papers and stacks of files and you're not sourcing them to where they need to go. You're not allocating them where they need to go so that when you need to reference them, you can quickly access it. You need to pay your bills off, make your payments on time, and set up automatic bill pay on everything. On everything. You need to continuously build your credit and stick to the plan. Don't allow outside influences to distract you or to set you back. Don't allow yourself to mess up the plan. Stick to the plan you have in place to achieve the goals you need to and want to. You need to manage your money, not let your money manage you. You need to maximize your tax credits and learn what applies to your business. Start investing Start investing. Start investing. Don't be afraid to start investing. Please, this is part of gaining generational wealth, along with owning real estate, along with savings. All of this is needed to gain generational wealth. And we can't ignore the obvious of what the rich and the wealthy have been doing for generations. So again, don't feel like you can recreate the wheel. The wheel has already been created. Just hold on to it and roll it out. Establishing your business. So before we even get on the business credit, you have to establish your business and establish it right. First thing is, you're going to go to sos.gov, Secretary of State, sos.gov for your business license. At the time of you initially applying for your business license, you don't have to, but if you have an idea of who you can put as a secondary organizer, meaning a contact for your company, then great. If not, hopefully within a year, when it's time to renew your license, you'll have at least one other person you can add on as an organizer for your business. Create an operating agreement. You need to get your tax ID, which is your EIN number, from irs.gov. Don't go anywhere else to get your EIN number. Don't pay anybody to get your EIN number. It is free. Just go to irs.gov, fill in the information, and it's quick, simple, and free. Stop being lazy. Stop paying money you don't need to pay out. Just do it yourself. The purpose of you starting your business is for you to run and operate your business. How can you do that if you don't learn every aspect of it? Home address, commercial address, virtual address. Now, I had posted on, I know that everyone is hearing about that in doing business, when you're dealing with the net 30 accounts or the vendor accounts, they don't want to see, or lenders, they don't want to see your home address as your business. That is true, but I'm going to tell you what has changed, because when I went to the bank last week to open up my second business account, I learned something new and I posted it on social media. The banks are now reviewing all business accounts. I don't know whether this is every bank. The teller only told me that for sure right now Wells Fargo is doing it, but 9 times out of 10, the other banks are going to follow suit. So you need to check with your bank with what I'm about to tell you if you have a business account. These banks are checking these business accounts to verify the validity of your business address and your contact information. The banks do not want to see a virtual address or a virtual, no, it's only the address. So whatever address that you have on your business license at sos.gov, whatever address you have on that license, it must be either your home address or a valid commercial business address. It cannot be a virtual address. If it is, they're going to give you the opportunity to correct it. If not, they're going to close your account until you can get your money. Yes, they are closing the accounts. And she said it's not a guarantee that they're going to notify you. They can just close the account and send you notice that you need to come get your money. The banks do not want to see virtual addresses, and they are actually verifying. She said there are people that have virtual, or not virtual, but let's say somebody owns some land or don't even own the land, but they use that address for that vacant land as their business address. No, the banks are checking this. The banks are checking if it's a virtual address set up through a third party company that does, and they have a list of all these companies that do the virtual addresses. If yours is affiliated um with that company, it's not valid. If it's of course can't PO box can't use. Um, she gave some other examples of people not using valid home or business addresses. This is for the bank system only. I'm not talking about anything else. Anything else you can set up, but still the bank wants to see your business license, the address you put on your business license as the same address you have for your bank account. If it doesn't match, your account is closed. This is from the horse's mouth from the banking system. So yes, check with your bank if you have a business account and see what their new rules are on the virtual addresses. You need to create a website and get a .com email. The Gmail, the Yahoos, and all the other stuff, you need to create a .com email. Like my business is King's Legacy Group. It needs to be King's Legacy Group at LLC. I'm sorry, King's Legacy Group _ LLC.com. Okay. You need to set up effective business communications, office number, and fax number. The numbers that you choose, they need to be registered or be able to be registered with the 411 directory listing. If it's a virtual phone number, that can't be registered as a 411 directory listing. And this is what also the banks are checking and other companies are checking to see if it's a virtual phone number or mainly phone number. Okay. So yes, even those companies you're paying the $20 a month for a virtual phone number, if it's not an actual business line account, phone account, it can't register under the 411 directory listing. And that's what these companies are looking for. If your number is not listed under the 411 directory listing, then they don't consider it a business phone number. And I know this is different than what we all been hearing for years, especially the past 2 years, definitely, because it's been drilled in us for the past 2 years about this. I'm just letting you know it is changing or it has changed. Next, you need to register your business with the city. The SOS.gov is the state. You need to register your business with the Department of Revenue. And especially those businesses that sell or buy wholesale items to sell retail, you definitely have to register with the local city Department of Revenue, because that's how you get that number. It's a different number than your tax ID number. Like when I used to go to KOS, the wholesale warehouse, to buy business furniture and stuff, back then they would just accept your tax ID and your business license. Some of those other warehouses, wholesale warehouses, if you don't have that Department of Revenue ID, you can't even come in their store. Did I just say store? I'm sorry, store. When I'm tired, I don't pronounce all my words correctly. So when I say something off the wall or it sounds a little ghetto, that means I'm tired. Next, you need to open your business account. And I'm telling you the order you need to do these things when starting a business. And if you haven't done some of these things, go back and get it done. Open your business bank account. Apply for your Dun & Bradstreet number. Apply for your NAV account. It is suggested that you do the paid membership. I think it's over $30. So whatever the paid membership is, that'll be more suitable when it comes to the NAV account. NAV.com. You need to start applying for your Net 30 accounts. The first ones you apply for are going to be tier 1. It's best to be prepared to at least apply for 3 to 5 Net 30 accounts to get started. I'll elaborate on the rest of that throughout the presentation. Next, you need to register your business on SAM.com, and certify your business through the SBA.gov. You need to order your business cards. You need to apply for your first business gas card. You need to set up your payment methods. If you're going to be selling products and services, go ahead and figure out your payment methods that you're going to be accepting and set those platforms up so that you can start generating revenue, start taking orders soon. Vendors, you need to figure out what your terms are when you're dealing with vendors. Whoever you have to bill for payment, for you to get payment, then you need to decide on whether you're going to do net 30, net 60, net 90, or net 120, which is the number of days you're allowing someone to pay you for your services or products. This is not like e-commerce. That payment is instant. I'm meaning relationships you establish with vendors or companies or whatever case may be. That's a contract you all are going to discuss for you to get payment. Okay? That's explained further in the starting a business webinar or masterclass. I'm not going into detail about that on this one. Set up your social media accounts. You need to research and get the correct business insurance. It's not a one-all fit all when it comes to insurance. So you need to find the right person. And again, this will all be, shared in other presentations that I give, either on a webinar or in a master class. But you need to get a good understanding of the different types of business insurance and which plan applies to your business. It may be something that you need right now, and then later on you can add on to that policy plan. As your company grows, your needs will grow and change. But find out exactly what you need to get started with your business. And it does not cost that much for business insurance, no different than life insurance or car insurance, whatever the case may be. Well, car insurance is the most expensive, unfortunately. You also need to get life insurance. I want to go over that later also. Although, if you have you should have a business plan, and in that business plan, you should have an exit strategy. Part of that exit strategy is having a life insurance policy for the business. Okay. You need to start investing. I'm going to check into, I don't know if you can open up like an investment account like at Vanguard and have your business name on it. I'm not for sure about that. I'll check into it and get back with you all later. But if it's still under your personal name, have a separate investment account that money, your capital gains from that one account goes towards your business. Use those capital gains, your profits that you make from investing in the stock market and mutual funds and all that stuff. Have a separate account than your personal investment account, and anything that you generate from that account, use that to help grow your business. That's like an extra emergency fund or extra savings fund, but is used to help your business grow. Okay? You need to include your business in your estate plan, as I mentioned before. You need to do your research on if you need any copywriting in place, or if you need to do a trademark for your business. And again, that will be explained more in extra details on something else. You must do an assessment of the business and determine what you need. The needs of your business may not be the same as another business, so don't just follow suit of what someone else tell you that's in business. You got to assess your own business and determine what you need for your business. So again, what's for someone else may not be for you. So you got to tailor it to your assessment of your business. The financial objectives and the strategies you take should be applied accordingly, again, to your business goals. Protecting your corporate veil. You need to set up all business legalities correctly. You need to prevent a piercing of your corporate veil, which means setting up an LLC is to separate your personal and your business assets so that if you're ever sued, they can go against your business assets, not your personal. But they actually can attack your personal if you don't have things set up correctly, which will be explained further detail another time. Do all your business out and to your business bank account that is related to the business. Do not do personal transactions under your business accounts. Keep your personal and your business separate. It should not be any crossover. Now, I had mentioned before on another video, when you start a business, let's say when I move, when I buy another house next year, which Lord, yes, I'm ready to buy another house and I'm gonna do it next year. That's my 2022 goal. Well, it's gonna be my birthday gift to myself for 2022. Buy me another house. But anyway, when I do that, when I set up those utilities, I'm going to put them in my business name because I'll have a home office, an official home office. I'll get a commercial location later, but when I move next year, I'm going to be writing off and I'm going to put the utilities in the business name. When that time comes, I'm no longer going to pay that on my personal credit card or debit card. Well, I'm going to end the debit card period. But anyway, the checking account, the debit account is just going to be the method of transferring money where it needs to go, allocated in other resources. But anyway, I'm going to open my utilities in my business name so that I could write off. And when I pay those bills through automatic bill pay, it's going to be paid from the business credit card. Business credit card, not my business debit account, my business credit card through automatic withdrawal. You need to make sure that you capitalize your business and have records of those expenses and transactions. You have to keep good records. If you can't do it yourself, then this is the first person that you should be hiring to manage your files. It doesn't take that much time. If you know someone who's organized, who don't have a job right now, or who can do that for little pay, to help you out to get started, and then gradually teach you of how to manage your files better. But for right now, don't put it off and just throw your paperwork and your files any and everywhere, and you're not managing nothing. You don't know what's going on. You're not filing stuff the way you should. Then hire one of your kids to do it. That's your first employee. You need to act as the owner of your company. I need to act as the owner of my LLC. When I'm doing business, I'm always the owner. I'm always the president. I'm always the person of contact who handles things for the business. So your decisions are going to run under the business, not personal. Not personal mindset, business mindset. The name of that you use on any contract that you set up, whether it's a vendor or let's say you're into buying real estate. You buy the real estate under the business name, not your personal name. Your business name is the one that you're escalating on everything that you do. Okay? Now, just like when I buy my house next year, I want to buy that one under my personal name because eventually I will get into a commercial property and I want that in my business name. So, yes, I will keep that separate, but the utility bills I will put in my business name. As I stated before, hire your kids. You can legally get away with hiring a child 7, 8, 7 years old, but you have to make sure you're doing things right. Research the laws of hiring a minor, um, again, ages 7 to 17. You can teach a 7-year-old to do things. I don't care whether it's they work 2 hours a day, emptying trash, dusting, filing papers, just the simple things. That's a job. Pay them. Do the write-off for your business taxes. You need to create a job description and conduct an interview. And all of this should be in writing because this is part of their employee file. Just like when you have it, when we go get jobs, HR has an employee file of everything they did from day one to day end when we left the company. That's our record. You're going to be creating the same record for your child. You need to go to irs.gov or you can even call them. I think they're answering the phone since tax season over with. And ask them what forms you need to generate because you're going to be hiring a minor child and what should be in the employee file. Create a schedule and a time card. You don't have to get the actual time stamp machine. You can generate a time card on the computer system they use or just manually write out a time card when they started and when they got off duty. Okay? You need to have proper records. Get your child a state ID, as I suggested from video 1. Get your child of their age 12 and up a state ID. Although it doesn't matter how old they are, they can get a state ID younger than that. Open the child their own checking account because when you pay them, you're going to pay their checking account. Don't give them cash. You pay them with a check. And that's the only, when I went to open up my account, she asked me that I wanted to order some checks. I only ordered checks on one of the businesses. And I'm only using those checks to pay Kayla. And it's not that I know, it's not that, I do know I can just pay her digitally online to the bank account. But this is also part of Kayla's learning process. I'm going to pay her with a check. She can either take that check to the bank and deposit it into her checking account, or she can take a snapshot of the check. But the point is, she's also accumulating her records. Okay? Because one day she may need to go and show proof, like she doesn't have her her W-2 before she may need to show proof of income for something. That can be her proof of income. Okay? And again, I only order a small amount of checks to do that to pay Kayla. I'm not giving nobody else one of my company checks because people can do too much with your company check. Yeah. Or I may pay a lawyer for something with a check. But other than that, nobody else will ever see one of my company checks for security reasons. Pay him or her weekly or bi-weekly. Again, pay them with a physical check. Nobody else. Again, that's to avoid identity theft. Open a custodial investment account for the child. Please, like I stressed it now, for you to start investing now for your child or your children. It doesn't take much. I don't care if it's $5 a week. I don't care if it's $25 a month. You're starting somewhere until you get to the point where you can increase that and build it even more. But don't just sit back and continue to do nothing. Like I had stressed before, when I opened Kayla's custodial account, her first one on Stash, her initial deposit was $500. I said $500. No, it was $50. And then I set it up to where her automatic deposits would be every week or every month, one or the other. But it's like $5 a week or $25 a month. I forgot which one I set up. I got so many setups. They all running together in my head. But to this day, and it's only been like 4 months, if that long. 3 months for Kayla for her custodial account. I just looked at it. Matter of fact, let me look at it now. I can tell you how much she Kayla. Okay, so yeah, it's $5. It's $5 a week. So might as well say $25 a month. And her initial put in was $50. Oh, and that was and her account started April 29th. So up until now, so she has put in like $85. She has profited $69.61 off of her $85 investment. I guess I can show it. I don't know if you can see that. See that? She put in, see, 85 right there, and she has profited 69. Something better than nothing, people. And see that it says Kayla's portfolio? See, Kayla's portfolio. That's her stock account. I'm not just making this stuff up and just saying stuff to be saying stuff. Okay. Teach them financial literacy now. That's why we're here. If you look, I have been a single parent for all of my kids' life. My youngest is about to be 15. My oldest is 30 something. I've been a single parent for all of my 4 kids. I started out as a teenage mother. So my hustle was to constantly work to pay to take care of my family. So I understand if you don't have the time or the energy to teach your kids this platform of financial literacy, then let me do it. Sit them down on Sundays, let them watch and learn, and as they get older, they transition into the adult side. Let me teach them. I'm your babysitter online to teach your kids because you are exhausted or you don't have the time to do so or you don't know how to do so. I'm sorry, I'm getting away from business credit. I get to talk about this stuff and I get excited. Sorry. But you get my point. Bank accounts you should have, whether with a brick and mortar bank or a credit union. So when I say bank, I mean both bank and credit unions, the financial institutions. To get started, you need to have your main preferred business checking account. When you name that account on the bank website, you need to name it operations account. You need to have a business savings account. When you name that account, it should be emergency savings or just savings. You need to open another business savings account, and you need to name that taxes and legalities, or just taxes. That's where your money goes that you put aside to cover your business taxes, preparation for when you file your business taxes. And if you don't have to spend that much that you saved up, then allocate the difference to somewhere else where that money can grow. But the point is being prepared when the time comes in case you have to pay a small amount or large amount of taxes. You need to open a business credit card. And this business credit card is the only one that you're going to use for your Net 30 and your vendor accounts. That's the only thing you should use the account for. Later on down the line, after you've established your business, whether it be 3 to 6 months, and you start generating some revenue. But the quicker you generate revenue, then great. But if it takes 3 to 6 months, fine. But when that time comes, you need to, ouch, that hurt. You need to get you need to open up another checking account under your business, and you need to use that for marketing and innovation. When you name it, you need to name it marketing and innovation. You need to establish a separate 401k or a Roth IRA for your business only. Like I stated before, you have your personal 401k and your Roth IRAs. Do one that's solely allocated for your business growth. You need to order another business credit card, which would be your second one. And you decide on what you're going to allocate and use that card for. Okay? I don't care if you make that second card the one you use to order all of your Amazon business products. Just allocate it for business use only, or that could be your travel business credit card. If you are traveling for your business, then use that one to cover your expenses for when you travel. Don't care what you use it for, as long as it's for business. And the best way to build your credit, yes, applying for a lot of different cards and using them accordingly instead of using one card for everything, which can be confusing when it's time for you to do your bookkeeping, your accounting, and your taxes. You're killing two birds with one stone by generating more credit cards and allocating them accordingly to what you need for the business. Same thing you would do with personal. Okay? The banking credit system is the same as what I indicated in the personal. The 3 banking credit systems, those are the ones that keep track of your business history. So the same way they track your personal, the same way they track your business. All 3 are free, so if you ever need to pull those reports, you can do so to check your status on your business history and your business worthiness, how the banks see you. And your bank should always give you a free score, okay, whether that be personal or business. Okay? Credit reporting agencies. Now, this is for the business side, not the personal side. You have, well, FICO, yeah, they do the personal. But FICO, which is Fair Isaac Corporation, for small business scoring system, which is the SBSS score, scores credit worthiness from 0 to 300. That's the FICO score for business, not personal. Then you have your Dun and Bradstreet Paydex score. The score worthiness is from 0 to 100. You have your Experian Plus credit score or Experian Business score, same thing. Scores worthiness from 1 to 100. You have Equifax Payment Index score, which scores credit worthiness from 1 to 100. And you have Business Credit Risk score, ranges from 101 to 992. The higher the score, the lower the risk. The higher the score, the lower the risk. And business failure scores are business failure scores risk from 1,000 to 1,610, which is the higher the score, the better likelihood your business will still be around in 12 months. Again, I'm going to post this PowerPoint right after I finish this video. Checking your business credit. You need to do this every 6 months. If you are starting a business or already been in business, the same way you check your credit, your personal credit, you need to check your business credit to see how everything is being reported and make sure there's no discrepancies or errors, whatever the case may be. You can pull your credit report for your business through Dun and Bradstreet, Experian Business, Equifax Business, and Business FICO score. When I share this PowerPoint, after I convert it to a video, you will be able to click the link on the video for these resources. Building business credit. We all know there's an order for everything. You need to, of course, you need to get your Dun and Bradstreet number. You need to register and get your nav.com account. You need to set up your Experian business account. You need to go to sam.gov, sam.gov, and register your business. You need to certify your business with the SBA, which is certified.sba.gov. And then you need to start your initial net 30 trade lines, of which you need to start at least 4 or 5. Start, not finish. Start. Because you have your tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 trade lines, of which I broke it down in the personal credit presentation. So you can go back and look at that. I'm not going to go through that again on this one. Strategies. Avoid closing old accounts. If possible, instead, get back on track and rebuild that relationship. If you close an account, your score will decline drastically, and your percentage of aged credit debt history will be affected. Remembering this counts as 15% of your credit profile. Okay, your DTI to buy a home, well, you can buy a home with your business also. Same thing applies. Your DTI shouldn't exceed 40 to 50% of your income, of the business income. That's the difference. Personal, same words, just it applies for both personal and business. Keep your credit card utilization between 0 and 29. Well, 29 is for the personal. For the business, I really suggest that you keep it 1% to 20%. Let me change that. Okay. Even when it comes to business, make the most out of your credit union, because they offer lower interest rates for your credit cards. Now, like Associated Credit Union, they don't do business accounts. And I could have sworn they did. But when I went to open my savings account at Associated Credit Union, and I was going to come back the following week to open up one of my business accounts, they don't do business accounts at Associated Credit Union. Now, of course, like Navy Federal, they do business accounts. So check with your local credit union or credit union you prefer and check to see to make sure that they can offer you what you need. Okay. Of which I'm going to get with Navy Federal when I do some additional accounts. I've never been in the military, but my father is retired military. So I can open an account or accounts at Navy Federal through affiliation with him. So thanks, Dad. Usage and utilization. This is the same information that I put on the personal credit presentation. Same thing applies. You need to apply the same strategies with your business. So I'm not going to read through this word for word because I mentioned it already in the personal credit. And I really hope that you take the time. I know it's 6 parts, but it's good information. So get to it. Make it a night where you land in the bed and you ain't even gotta look at it. Just play it, let it sit next to your bed and just listen to it. You ain't gotta look at it. I'm not even on it, so it's just a presentation. I know I'm beautiful. I know you want to see me, but you just listen to it. Um, Again, utilization. You'll also see, I'm not going to read through it, ways to pay to maintain your utilization. If you can afford to pay 100% of what you use, remember your usage every month, and your usage can be your full credit limit. The point is you have to make the payments before your due date. Now, making those payments, if you pay 100% at least 5 days before the due date, not 3, not 2, not 1, not day of, 5 days minimum before the due date. If you could pay the 100% of what you have used, awesome. But for those of us that can't or don't want to, because we're trying to keep more money in our pocket, then you can do a 15-5 step. You may have heard it a 15-3 step, but again, I say 5 days, not 3 days, because you need to take an account of weekend days, holidays, or whatever the case may be. You want to make sure your payment has time to post and it posts before the due date, because that's when your information is shared to the credit bureaus of what's going on the day that information is shared, which is the day of your due date. So the 15-5, you can choose, as opposed to paying the 100% before the due date, if you need to allocate your money and have more available, then choose to do 15-5, which is paying 80% or half of your usage of your balance 15 days before the due date, and then pay the remaining 5 days before the due date. That's a second method. The third method, which is the one that I do, and I had explained before why I'm doing this. I'm doing it this third way I'm about to mention because I'm trying to rebuild my bad credit, of which I started January this year, and it has worked out awesomely for me. Also, why I chose to do this third one I'm about to mention is because I understand that these credit card companies are in business, and the way they get money for being in business from you, the customer, is the interest. Now, I'm going to go back to the first option, paying it in full before the due date, 100%. If you, again, what may fit you may not fit someone else. Those of you that choose to do 100% before the due date is actually not a good option for me while I'm trying to rebuild my credibility. So, a credit card company can choose, especially when it comes to business credit. If you're not sure that you need that business credit, that business company, and they're not getting some interest off of you, oh, they'll close your account. If you don't use it enough, they will close your account. I'm not talking about personal, I'm talking about business credit. So the third strategy, the third method that I choose to use for the first 6 months to a year. Well, I'm just going to say for the first year of me rebuilding my personal credit and building my business credit. This is what I'm choosing to do because I see the results of me doing this, which are positive results, and I'm getting to where I need to go. I pay 80% of my bill, my balance. Do I max to the credit limit every month? No. That's not, it's okay to do so, but that's not what I'm doing. But whatever I buy, or which I am strategizing to buy 30% of my available credit. I'm only doing 30% of my available credit. I'm not talking about the payment utilization. I'm talking about the usage. And the reason I'm doing 30% of my usage is because I know that I'm going to have multiple credit cards. Are you with me so far? So that this won't affect my DTI and my utilization. If I were to, let's say I have 5 credit cards and I use my full credit limit every month on every card. And even though I'm paying 80% before the due date, I'm taking that usage down. But when you add up what's left over, all those utilizations of all those balances left over, those 20% balances left over, they add up. So if I have 5 cards and I leave 20%, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 100% right there. That means my utilization would be 100%. Y'all understand? So to make sure that I'm not ever reaching that limit or going over my 25 to 29% utilization in whole, I make sure I keep my usage low. I hope y'all understand what I'm talking about. It can be explained further in the master class. But again, there's a strategy. And for me doing this since January, my score has gone up. My credit limit has been increased like almost every month. On one card, it's been increased like every month. Okay, thank you. So yeah, strategize. What applies for you may apply for somebody else. So you got to strategize and do what's best for you. Now I'm only going to do this for the next 6 months to a year. After a year, definitely, I'm going to fall into that 100% being paid before the due date because I've already shown my commitment and my credibility with the credit card companies that I have. So because they know I'm going to use them, they know I'm going to pay them, then I'm in less or zero jeopardy of being dismissed from the company when I get to the point of paying 100% in full before the due date. And every time I establish new credit, I'm going to do the same thing for 6 months, do it the third method, and then transition into the 100% being paid before the due date. That's just my choice. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to do it. I'm just doing what's best for me to build what I need to build. And that has worked for me. Doing the 5 days before of 80% and the 20% 5 days after the due date. I'm giving them their little change off of that 20%. So they're making money off me. They're in business to make money. If you just constantly keep, and I know some people who had their, and heard about some people who had their cards closed. The accounts were in good standing, but it was either they were either not being used because of the pandemic, or the companies, just like they were affected, just like we were affected by the pandemic, the credit card companies were affected by the pandemic also. So they had customers who either weren't utilizing the credit or they were paying it off before the due date and they weren't making any money off these customers. They closed their account. I'm not making this stuff up. Y'all can go Google it. So, you can find information on anything. All right, let's move on because time is running out. Leveraging your credit cards. Also mentioned on the personal credit presentation. Whatever your credit card companies offer you in benefits and perks and incentives, leverage them, use them. Where do you normally shop? If you're starting a business, first thing you can think about is where you normally shop personally. Why not get a card where you normally shop personally? If where you shop also has a business credit card that you could open, like Walmart, Sam's, Costco, Amazon, a gas card, a fleet gas card, Home Depot, Lowe's, wholesale warehouses. I could name so many. The point is, if it's something you use on a regular basis and know that you would use it, or if it's a company that you want to do business with based on the products and services that they can offer you to help you with your business operations or whatever you need them for, then yes, utilize them. But for me, I'm going to start with what I use on a regular basis first for my line, for my list of business credits to apply for. So start with where you normally shop for personal reasons to see if those companies offer business credit. Almost done. Practice good record keeping. I can't stress this enough. I'm a very organized person, and I know it aggravates some people. That's okay. I control my madness. I wish they would too. But anyway, get a filing cabinet that locks. Get a binder with protective sheet covers to hold your business records. Like I have a binder and I have those clear protective sheet covers for my business license and my EIN number and other business documents and whatever case may be. I also have the clear sheet clear sheet card holder sheets for business cards. The 2-pocket folders. I have like 4 or 5 within one binder to put in other documents that I may need related to the business. Keep a paper copy or digital image on your phone of your business license, your EIN, and your DUN number. But I do that, and I have the actual folded up copies in my purse. I'm one of them people. If you ask them, do they have something? Oh, I got it in my purse. Keep your personal filing system separate from your business filing. Do not combine the two in one drawer. Be consistent on your record keeping. Business credit cards. Your first choice. Your first card that you should target is your local bank, the bank that you use. Get a business credit card or credit union credit card. Um, get a card from an established company like Discover, Amex, and Capital One. I don't care whether it's secured or unsecured. If you can't, if you're in the process of rebuilding yourself and you can't get the secured, I'm sorry, and you can't get the unsecured credit card right now, then get the secured. Forget about what you done heard that hurts you when they reviewing. It only depends on what you're applying for. Does having a secured credit card not hurt you but count against you? But that's irrelevant. You're trying to build something. You get the secured credit card and you do right by it, follow the rules, stay on track. You're going to be offered the unsecured credit card by that company eventually, or you can ask for it in 6 months. So get over that. Get the secured credit card. That's what you need to do to start the process of building your business credit. Keep your card utilization low. I say 25% and below for business. Not 0 to 29 like personal. I say 1 to 25 for business. I'm sorry. I meant to say 20% for business, not 25. Keep your business card utilization low, 1% to 20%. Okay. Ask for a credit limit increase every quarter, just every 3 months. If you're starting out and you are following the tools you're learning in this financial literacy platform or wherever else you learn it from. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, making your payments on time, purchasing the show, to create a record, keeping your utilization low. If you're in good standing, ask for a credit increase every 3 months for the first year. And then after the first year, do it twice a year until you want to stop. So second year, ask for a credit limit twice. Third year, ask for a credit limit twice. Next year, that following year, ask for a credit limit twice. But don't just do it for eternity. Do it when you know you can stop. You've reached your goal for having available. If your goal for available business credit is 10,000, I mean that's low. But let's just say if it's 10,000, that's your first goal, then you stop at 10,000. If your goal is to have 50,000, 100,000, so on and so on, whatever your goal is, once you reach that goal, I mean you can stop if you want to, but I'm just saying don't get greedy. Again, everything that you're doing is a strategy. Got it twice on here. Keep a list of all your credit card benefits you have. Every credit card that you get, you should have a file. And I'm actually going to be selling this logbook. You can keep track and know exactly what perks you get from each credit card. So you can utilize and leverage each one of those perks. Okay? Not every card offers the same. So to keep track of what's going on, because if you're going to follow the plan, you're going to have multiple credit cards. So to keep track, this is one way to do it. Net 30 accounts. I can't list all of them. I'm just listing a handful. And again, just because these are ones that I mentioned, I'm not saying that you should go get. If that account doesn't benefit you or your business, don't get it. Get net 30 accounts that benefit your business, that you need for your business. Okay, I'm just running off some ideas of who you could connect with and get accounts with. Crown Office Supplies, Office Depot, Staples, Office Max, Suma Office Supplies, Shirtsy, Business T-Shirt Club, Creative Analytics, Quill, Granger, Uline, I know I'm going to need Uline. Wise business plans. Again, that's just hitting a little tidbit of um, companies you can get net 30 accounts with. Do your research, pick the right companies suited for your business objectives and needs. Okay. So please, before you start applying for vendor accounts, it's important to target your efforts so you apply for accounts for which you are likely to qualify. And you can also go on nav.com/resource/net30 accounts. Pull up that link and it'll give you a whole list of companies for net 30 accounts. Dun & Bradstreet credit reporting. Do it yourself. Do it yourself. When you apply to get your DUN number, Dun & Bradstreet will call you. I wish I had the paper in front of me when I was taking notes when they called me. But I was laughing while I was on the phone with that man. I mean, he didn't hear me laughing, but inside I was laughing my butt off. They want to offer you services for them to track your business accounts to build your business credit. But it's not a guarantee that they will do that if the companies don't report the information. And what they do, you can do yourself and save yourself 800, was it 800, 900? And that's the lowest price. The highest price was, I think, 1,900. I'm like, for what? So you can make sure that the net 30s and the vendor accounts that you have, you can make sure that they are reported to Dun & Bradstreet. You can do that. Just like I said, you check it every 6 months. If that's the process you got to go through, then you do it every 3 months to make sure those companies are reporting. And if they're not, you notify Dun & Bradstreet, hey, this is my account I have, this is my proof, this is my history. And I'm going to tell you, you can go on Experian Business Credit Report instead, and you can pull up when you pull that up, it's a fee though. It can be anywhere from $50 to $100, but it's way cheaper than what Dun & Bradstreet talking about. But if you get to the point where you need to pull your business credit history, you can go to Experian Business Credit Report instead and get that report, and they'll send you a copy. And then with that copy, you can provide that copy to Dun & Bradstreet, and it will break down all of your active accounts. Therefore, Dun & Bradstreet, update the system, update my profile. You ain't got to pay Dun & Bradstreet no $1,500, $1,900 to do that. Come on now. So I politely and professionally said, no, thank you. So yeah, don't get wrapped up into somebody or a company saying, if you pay this, you get this, you need this. No, use a little common sense. You don't need it. So once you create your Dun & Bradstreet profile and you got your DUNS number, you fill in your business information, your contact information. And again, if you can have 1 or 2 officers already in play to add as a contact, then fine, do so. In addition to yourself, record your profit and loss statement, meaning uploading a copy. Upload that to your Dun & Bradstreet profile, and that gives your projections of income. You need to contact your net 30 account lenders, place some orders to build your paydex score, and the goal is to have an 80 paydex score. This is equivalent equivalent to your personal credit bureau score. 80 is good. Okay. Next, you may need to have a personal guarantee. That may be needed sometime to establish new business credit. And that's okay because you are following the rules of also building and maintaining a good personal credit. So don't worry about that. Sometimes you may need to use that personal guarantee. If that's what it takes to build your business credit, okay. It is what it is. You ain't going to say, no, I don't need it then. That's okay. That's not what you're going to say. You there for a reason because you need them. Okay. Dun and Bradstreet is pretty much the main credit bureau that monitors and reports to creditors of your business profile, history, standing, and score. I gave you some other ones, but of course the main one is Dun and Bradstreet. Scoring system for Dun and Bradstreet. Your business financial GPA report card. A paydex score is a business credit card like your own personal credit score. It is issued by Dun & Bradstreet and represents how likely it is that your business will pay vendors and suppliers on time. While your personal credit score ranges from 0 to 850, your paydex score is between 0 to 100. And of course, 80 and above is best. If your score is above 80, it means that based on your payment history, you are low risk. Okay? To properly calculate your paydex score, Dun & Bradstreet recommends you have a minimum of 4 trade references, 4 trade lines. Okay? Only transactions from the previous 2 years are used when determining your business score. I'm going to share this presentation once this video is over with. On slide 26, you'll be able to see how the paydex score looks, ranging from paydex score 100 all the way down to paydex score 1. Okay, it gives a breakdown of paydex score and the average days to make a payment, meaning however long it takes you to make a payment, then that's the score you accumulate. So when you see it, you'll understand what you're looking at. That slide is going to be slide 26. What is Dun & Bradstreet? What do they do? On slide 27, there's going to be a link that you could click, and there's a video that gives a breakdown of Dun & Bradstreet services. Look at this video on YouTube that explains what Dun & Bradstreet is about. King's Legacy Group is not endorsing that you purchase the service that they offer. I just liked the link and thought it would be simple to share with you all. The type of credit for personal credit. I've already broken that down and explained it on the personal credit presentation. You have revolving credit, installment credit, open credit, and mixed credit. So you can go back and reference that. Now, the type of credit for business, okay? Although there is only 2 business lines of credit, which is secured and unsecured. Those are the main 2 business lines of credit, secured and unsecured. Secured is a traditional secured business line of credit. This guarantee means that the lending institution knows that if you default on repayment, they can claim your collateral to repay what you owe. Unsecured. There are a few different options within the unsecured. Traditional unsecured business line of credit, which is interest rates are often higher than secured lines of credit. And there might also be a maintenance fee that applies monthly or annually. Now, a third type of business credit would be real estate line of credit. A real estate line of credit is similar to a personal HELOC, which is HELOC, or home equity line of credit. That's what HELOC, Home Equity Line of Credit, which is a loan that's based on how much equity you have in a place of real estate. Remember, real estate can be a commercial real estate, or let's say you buy a home and you use your business name, your business license to purchase the home. That is now business real estate. Next would be a business credit card. The main benefit is that with a credit card, nothing that you own, either for the business or personally, is tied up. You also get quick access to cash, which is greater when a line of credit might take days to transfer funds. Okay, those are the different types of credit for business. Grants and loans. On slide 30, you can click these links and research some grants that you can apply for. Some are for startup, some are not. But of course, the obvious is SBA.gov. And then you got private and nonprofit grants that are offered through institutions. And a whole other list of stuff. I'm not going to read through what I have on here. You'll see it when you see the presentation. Also, grants specifically for women. I'm going to also be doing a presentation that gives a breakdown on if you want to get into government, if you want to bid on government contracts. That's on my to-do list for my business as well once I generate some more revenue. Topics that'll be coming up on the next few live videos: business insurance, estate planning, personal and business, beginners long-term investing blueprint. Remember, I'm focused on long-term investments, not short-term. I do not trade. The only investment that I treat as short-term investment are my crypto investments. Everything else is long-term. That's the only thing I'm providing information for. And I will refer you to other platforms that I do utilize to gradually learn short-term investing, but I'm not into that, nor that I want to get into it right now. But I am still stepping into learning slowly so that when I'm ready, I have a better understanding and learn the language. Also going to have how to start a business 101. I even mentioned some of it within this presentation. So again, I don't give tidbit information. I'm here to give you the information you need to build your personal and professional lives. Yes, I will be offering and doing webinars and master classes. Yes, the master classes, there will be a fee. But you can see how much information that I'm giving just for free. So you can just imagine what else I got to give you in the master class. So that will be coming later on this year. I'm also working on my initial products to sell on my website. I am developing my long-term investment logbook, my life records keeping logbook, my business logbook, and making some personalized credit card slip covers, the kind that have the protective covering so that your information can't be scanned and read. And there are a whole lot of other products that I'm going to be developing and making available for purchase, but that'll be introduced in the near future. Multiple streams of income, people. As always, please support our platform. Thank you for watching a King's Legacy presentation. I beg of you, because this helps our platform grow on these social media platforms. If you find value in what we're offering, please click like on every video that you find value in. It takes less than a second. Share it. Takes less than a second. If you want to make a comment, awesome. We would love to hear your feedback. Subscribe. It only takes one time to subscribe on each platform. One time on YouTube, one time on Facebook, one time on Instagram, one time on TikTok. If you want to be notified of when we post live, then hit the bell notification. If not, it's okay. I hope you at least do like, share, and subscribe. Okay? Again, this presentation is only a glimpse of the information King's Legacy Group will share with this audience. The full blueprint will be available during either a webinar, more than likely in a master class. The webinars is so I won't have to be live. So look out for the information. It's coming and you won't be disappointed. So we are at the end of this presentation, and I thank you for staying with me. It's an hour and a half. Again, I hope that you found some value in the content shared. So until next time, please take care of yourselves and know that knowledge is real power when you apply it. And again, please remember to support us. Click like, share, comment, and subscribe. I thank you for showing up. And I'm going to do a little bit more work for an hour, and then I'm going to sleep. Tired. Good night. Bye-bye. Oh, wrong computer.